Today's tale is about Daniel Kilf, an explorer of humanity. Using intuition and a dream, he set sail to the digital world, hoping to explore a little piece of land he could one day call home. What Daniel doesn't realize is that uncharted waters are often treacherous, something he will soon learn in today's story, The Egg. Firstly, I'd like to thank everybody for being here today. Now, I imagine it wasn't easy, getting sitters, transportation. I know we're in the middle of nowhere, but have solace. The trip is well worth it. For today, he grabbed the white cloth, revealing a white egg-shaped pod. Today, we make history! The room filled with the silence, followed by a roaring applause. With hands raised to his chest, "Please, let me explain." Clicking the converter in his hand, the screen flicked to a new image, revealing a timeline of a monkey evolving to modern man. Evolution! He clicked the remote again. The image stuttered until it changed to a rock. The first technology. Our ancestors didn't know it at the time, but this little piece of hardened mineral would lead to the future. He clicked the remote again. Fossil fuels. Click. The Industrial Revolution. Click. Click. He continued to click the remote, but nothing changed. He looked off stage. "Jenny, a little help?" A chubby woman with a tight-fitting t-shirt with "The Pod" written on the front ran to the stage. Back-facing the audience, she whispered something in his ear and handed him a new remote. He nodded as she continued to whisper, taking a moment to assure the audience. "Just a small technical error. The road to progress is a bumpy one." The woman ran off stage, and he continued. Click. The image changed to the monkey evolving into man, except now, after man, was the pod. Ladies and gentlemen, our next stage of evolution. The room filled with a roaring applause. Please, let me explain. The pod is a modern technology that reads your vitals in real time. It has up to 99.9% accuracy. He looked to the side of the stage. "Jenny, if you may." Jenny walked out again, this time waving to the audience, like a magician's sidekick. Jennifer, our lead engineer, will now display how quickly the egg works. He hugged her tightly and whispered something in her ear. She nodded and placed a hand on the egg, awakening the gears, causing the top to rise gently. She awkwardly crawled in, and with hands crossed over her chest, the lid slowly closed. On the screen flicked her vitals: heart rate, blood pressure, oxygen, CO2 levels. Now, what you may see might be alarming at first, but please understand, evolution comes at a cost. He gently tapped the machine, and it let out a small hiss. What you're not seeing is, the egg is producing a cocktail, a morphine derivative, if you will, combined with a gas called, well, you could see it on the screen. I'm not going to try to pronounce that, but our scientists call it VX for short. As the hissing continued, her vitals slowly crept to a halt. Her body twitched inside the egg, clawing at the window, trying to escape, revealing the nails from their very bed. The audience let out an audible gasp. Now, I know this may seem alarming, but let me assure you, she's long since passed. What you're witnessing is simply the nervous system shutting down. He turned around to the big screen. "Jenny!" Suddenly, a voice came on the screen, shown as a sound wave. "Hi, Daniel." "Jennifer, how are you feeling?" "I'm feeling great. It was completely painless." He continued. "That's great to hear, and She cut him off again. "You're so funny. I don't know how it looked from your perspective, but it didn't hurt one bit." Trying to lead the conversation, he asked. "And how..." "That's another thing." He looked center stage behind the audience. "Cut it off. Kill it." She was cut off mid-sentence and the screen went black. "So sorry. She's fine. Just a minor technical error. But getting back to the pod. The pod is the next link in our evolution, transferring our consciousness from this reality to the next. Using nerve gas, we're able to gently paralyze the body, while the consciousness transfers to our servers, where you can live without aging or losing a loved one ever again. You see, the chemical signals in your body will be used as a battery of sorts to run the servers, creating an infinite supply of power, forever. Now, I know what you may be thinking. Well, forever, the bodies must decay at some point. How can you keep the servers running if our bodies decay? That's what we thought of. We have a breeding program for future generations already in place. Using artificial insemination, we are able to track the birthing process of the unconscious bodies in the pod, farming people to make more power for the pod. It's a closed-loop system. Now, I know this may be alarming to some of you. Those of you in the back trying to escape, please, may I ask you to sit down? The doors have been welded shut for well over an hour now. At this point, the nerve gas has already been distributed evenly throughout the room, and most of our bodies should be shutting down shortly. Fear not. We have people to transfer us to the egg safely. Suddenly, hordes of men in white biohazard suits rushed in, standing by every member of the audience, towering over their weakening bodies. Some collapsed, while others watched in horror, as the others crawled at the door, trying to escape. Please, don't fight the gas. We'll all be transferred to the servers soon. With one hand extended to the sky, he waved to the audience and said, I will see you all shortly, on the other side of the egg.